second unit is over descriptive statistics. In this unit, we cover measures of central tendency and dispersion. Measures of central tendency are used to describe the typical value of a data set or a population. The mean is the sum of all values divided by the number of values. The median is the middle value of the data set when ordered from smallest to largest, and the mode is the most frequent value. Also for the median, if there is an even number of values, the median is the average of the two middle values. Measures of dispersion are used to describe the spread of a data set. The most commonly used measure of dispersion is the standard deviation. The standard deviation is a measure of how spread out the values in a data set are. It is calculated by taking the square root of the variance. The standard deviation is used more often than the variance because it is in the same units as the data, whereas the variance is in squared units. This makes the standard deviation easier to interpret. The formula for sample x bar and population mu. Mean is the sum of the values divided by the number of values. The median is the middle value of an ordered data set, or if there are an even number of values, it is the average of the middle two. The mode is the most frequent, found by counting. Sample variance is found by taking the difference between each value and the mean of the data set and squaring it, then adding the squared differences, then dividing by -1. For a population, the operation is the same, except for dividing by n. The functions for each statistic are listed on the screen. You might need to pause and write these down. Inside of the parenthesis, you will have to enter arguments. Both Excel and R prompt for parts of the formula, but you would be wise to look up each of the formulas in the documentation. Note that R does not have a built-in function for population variance and standard deviation. You can check out the linked Stack Overflow article for more information. Stack Overflow will be very valuable to you this term. Say you were studying the effect of a new fertilizer. You collected yields and found 50, 60, 55, 65, and 70 bushels per acre. To find the mean, you would add those values. Divide by 5 to find a mean yield of 60 bushels per acre. The median is 60. There is no mode. Variance is the squared differences between each value and the mean of the yield summed, and then divided by -1 equaling 62.5 bushels per acre. The standard deviation is the square root of the variance equal to 7.91 bushels per acre. This means on average, each value was plus or -7.91 bushels from the mean. Suppose the data was not so normally distributed and the yields you collected were 10, 12, 15, 16, 18, 25, 30, 35, 139, and 300. The mean yield is still 60. The median yield is now 21.5. The sample standard deviation is now 92.57 bushels. You have more investigating to do.